Hey guys, it's 21Maxwell here, and welcome to the 21Maxwell AMA Ask Me Anything Q&A. I'm basically going to be playing my FM 51 challenge in the background because I need to make it go quicker because I've got 51 weeks to win and it's taken forever. So I'll have FM questions, TW questions, random questions, just whenever they were listed on the YouTube comment section. I'm just going to answer each and every single one of them, because why leave them out? Why pick and choose? And why not just have every single question there? So we'll start off straight away. Adam has a question saying, if a guy has 5 apples and someone steals his two, steals two of them, how many glass bottles should he hit over the guy's head with? Well, I think that's really down to what's in the glass bottles, because is it going to be empty? What if it's a bottle of Buckfast? You can't be getting rid of that Buckfast. So I'll say 1 or 0 if there's Buckfast in the bottle. You've got to save that. Adam's second question: did Craig Bellamy wait for you after that game to try and batter you after I called him a wanker? Now, for people who don't know this, there was a video 10 years ago. It's on my channel somewhere. Basically, I'm caught on camera giving a wanker gesture to Craig Bellamy. This is a true story. The actual plan before the game was to wait till after the game to try and get Craig Bellamy's boots, because I knew the safety officer at the time, the head security guy, and I think me giving him the wanker sign and being caught and being pretty much gestured back to meant there was no chance that I was getting Craig Bellamy's boots. So that did not go well at all. Next up, Robert Kyle asks, hey Maxwell, who and what got you into TW 2013? Well, first off, I'd played EWR for what would have been about 5 or 6 years, maybe even more. Was it 7? I do remember playing like EWR on a pen drive in college, and that was a long time ago. I would just sit and I would play my WWE save in there. But basically, watching Total Team Talk Rick's videos on TW, I was always on the fence whether I was going to make the jump. And once I seen that, I was like, I need to get this game. I've got to make the jump, and finally play TW. And I would not go back now, but that's how I made the jump, just watching Rick's content. And it was just a case of, I have to get this game. It's just so much more in depth. And it was kind of like the transition from Chat Manager to Football Manager. It was one, it would take a bit of time to get used to it. But once I made the jump, it was going to be a lot of fun. And I've had a lot of fun doing it. I really can't argue with that. Next up, I've got a question from Adam, which is, are you not Brogan loyal? Now, the funny thing is, right, obviously this has been recorded days after Motherwell versus Hamilton. The amount of Brogan chants from our fans, some absolutely shocking, some as basic as Brogan, what's the score? But yeah, she get absolutely hammered by their support. Although, to be fair though, it was mostly the Well boys, and, well, think what you want about some of their chants and some of the stuff they do. Some of it's good, some of it you're just like, oh dear. But no, it was quite cool, the chants, and quite a lot directed towards her. Dave Scott asks, is mayonnaise an instrument? No, Dave, mayonnaise is not an instrument, and neither is horseradish. I actually had no idea what that meant. I had to actually Google it, and I didn't realise it was SpongeBob. But yeah, just I seen that, I'm replying exactly like that. You've also asked my favourite company to play in TW. I would say TNA, on the basis of, I would say I'm probably better at the sports entertainment genre of style of booking, and I feel like WWE's just too big and too many shows. Meanwhile, when you're TNA to start with, to get off on the ground, off and running, you're really just booking the one show a week in your pay-per-view, so it goes a lot more fluid. So I feel like you really get into your groove a lot quicker as TNA rather than WWE. I'm still struggling to get used to the performance over popularity, but that is purely because I've been doing more pretty much every save I've done has been morely popularity based rather than performance based. My first ever save in TW, my first ever proper one, ironically, is my TNA save that I done the 150. Did I make 150 episodes? Close to it, but that TNA series was actually my first ever save. So effectively, I learned as I made the videos. But the ideal thing about doing that is because I was so newbie at the start, I was always asking people, right, what am I doing here? I was learning on the spot, and people were really helping me, which I think helped me in the long run become a much better booker and a lot better understanding of the game. So I think doing that definitely helped me going forward. That was my first ever TW save. The proudest accomplishment in TW, I've got to say it's got to be that 97 rating with EC3 and Samoa Joe, the Bound for Glory main event in 2016. My last episode at the moment of the TNA save. That was a massive build. Losing CM Punk to Hollywood was massive. That really hurt the company. But the gradual build-up of EC3 just meant we got an absolutely fantastic rating between those two guys. Other things I would mention is the build I done, a casual save of getting up Bad News Barrett to pretty much the most over guy in the company. That was a really good thing because Britain needs a world champion. We've never had one, and to make it happen in TW was really awesome. The hardest company to play in TW, I would say ICW, because obviously it's the very hardcore audience they've got. You know, they want violence, hardcore, and every superstar that's over in real life and the fans love, in game they don't take to them. So the crowd resent Grado, they resent the Coffey Brothers, they resent Kenny Williams. So I think that very difficult. But again, I think it's one where if I had a long-term save over time, I think I would slowly adjust to it and get used to it. Sorry. Favorite TW YouTuber aside from yourself? Can anyone get any better than Nick? Nick and Rick, they're the two top guys in my opinion. You know, Nick's stuff's absolutely amazing. You know, the guy got to book with Vince Russo. I mean, come on. You know, I think his stuff's really good. And as I say, because Rick was also an FM YouTuber, and then I saw the TW stuff, and then I kept watching. I just felt like that kind of really showed me really just how to properly get into the game. And I felt like, yeah, those two would be the two. If I had to shout out for somebody that probably not a lot of people know about, that I think deserves a bit of like recognition, Mike Bro. Like, I've been watching his NXT stuff. The guy's putting on some good shows. Some of the ratings are absolutely amazing. He's putting over some talents from the independent scene, but also some talents from the performance center. Guy, wish him the best of luck. It's really entertaining. But there's so many guys, you know, he could be here from now to about 20 minutes down the line, if not more, naming every other good TW guy. That's why I've got so many people in the suggested FM and TW players, you know, because there is so many guys with great content. But that's just a few off the top of my head. Blues Till I Die Double O, how we doing, buddy? Has asked me if you had to make the executive decision to either add one feature or change one feature in TW, what would it be? For me, I'd redesign how development companies work to reflect in the system of how NXT works. Now, I agree that the development needs a massive overhaul. I'd like to see a few other kind of things done with that, but of course, with the game now being pretty much 3 years old, I think, obviously development was a lot different back then to it is now, but myself personally, and it's so basic, I've already requested it in the forums, is just for more text space when creating an angle. Because I feel like when I'm creating the angle, sometimes I need to get into a second segment, which again costs more time and you don't get the full benefit to the worker. So if I could just get, I wouldn't even say unlimited text space, but just a text space to put out like a really long segment in like a couple of hundred characters of text would be ideal for me personally. That is the one thing I would definitely look to improve on. We Mike asks the first game I went to. Now, when I seen this question come up, I actually had to think about it because I'm not actually sure. I think it's Motherwell 1, Rangers 3 from 1996 because I don't remember any game before then. And Rangers, I remember at the time, had Gaza and Brian Laudrup, and I only know they played up. I think Laudrup only played up to 96. He may have done half the season in 97, but I remember the kit they were wearing was definitely their kit for the 96-97 season. So I want to say it's 96. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that is the first game I've ever been to, because a lot of my family, the other side, are Rangers fans, so I had an idea of who the folk were in both teams. And I was really late getting into football, to be honest. I think any football till I was about 7 or 8, which is weird because of how much FM I play and stuff like that. Matsudiro asked me a few wrestling questions. I'll try my best to answer them. Favourite era or time period in pro wrestling? For me, because it was the era I grew up with, it's got to be the Attitude Era. I watched wrestling from 1998, so I didn't see all of the Attitude Era. I've had to go back and watch it. Although the stuff I did miss was covered on a video, or VHS I would have had at the time, which was the Austin vs McMahon stuff. It was like a 5 video set, and it highlighted the whole feud, so pretty much anything that happened in 97, 98, I seen through that. But because I grew up with it, I didn't watch 2003 to 2000 and mid-2006, so I missed the whole Ruthless Aggression, so I missed pretty much the whole rise of Eddie Guerrero. 2006 to 2009 was okay, there's little bits that were decent. 2011 was okay, but no, I don't think anything's really been as good from a storyline or an entertainment perspective as back in the day. But I will say the performers in this day and age are far superior. I've watched a lot of stuff for the past as well. A couple of old, pretty much all the old WrestleManias, a couple other shows back then. Again, it's nothing I could give a great opinion on because it's way before my time. Will the Scots take over the US, the UK when the rest of us go to the Euros? I'm pretty sure most of us Scots will be in the pub all tournament, watching it and drowning our sorrows. I personally will be supporting Russia, not because I'm England's group, but because in this FM save I'm playing right now, I was Russia manager, and I just had a great time, and I took an instant like to the players they've got. So it's just one of those things. When everybody else started qualifying, I'm like, we're gonna fail, but nah, that happens. No, but not a lot of people are overly passionate about the Scottish national team over here, so it's not as bad as people are making out. A lot of people just go, oh well, Scotland failed again. Typical. Next up, what we got? Match of the year 2015. Basically, me and my mate have done the podcast, the 1 Hour Broadway podcast, and we spoke about this. I went for Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar versus John Cena at the Rumble. I felt it was an absolutely fantastic match. People were always asking, can Seth Rollins hang with the best of them? And Seth Rollins, and that day I thought definitely did. I thought great performance, and if anybody had any doubts that he was going to be the man going forward, I think he definitely put the naysayers to bed with an absolutely phenomenal performance, and that absolutely amazing elbow drop from the top rope was something else to put. I think was it Brocky put for the table. Just absolutely amazing. Just one of those things that kind of meant star has been made. Lou Thesz, Wrestler of the Year 2015 for drawing an industry impact plus match quality. Now, the problem is I don't watch many other companies bar WWE. I watched a lot I watched a bit of Lucha Underground, mostly the start of it, and I kind of forgot to watch it, and before I knew it I was so many episodes behind. New Japan, I've just really watched like bits and bobs here and there. Watched Wrestle Kingdom 9, are watching Wrestle Kingdom 10 hopefully in a couple of hours, so that'll let you know when this was recorded. Drawn in, I think you have to go Cena when you think about it. Like, the guy's still a massive draw, he's still the man to beat in the industry. And if anything, in terms of match quality, this was probably his best year, having so many matches. But like as John Cena says, he's still the face that runs the place, and he's still a main guy. I mean, he had great matches. Most of the John Cena Open Challenge matches were good. The US title matches, even the match just there with Del Rio, wasn't amazing, but it was still very, very good, and it had the crowd going. Just disappointing the poor stuff with Rusev, but for the poor stuff I had with Rusev, you had very good stuff, putting over Kevin Owens in some great matches with Kevin Owens. Most outstanding wrestler year 2015 in pure match quality. That's tough, because obviously I don't watch other companies. If I had to put it down to WWE, who's had the best year from a match quality point of view? Probably have to go Cena again if it's on matches. Seth's was a good title reign, but some of the matches left a lot to be desired. And when you think about it, any good Seth Rollins match there kind of was against John Cena. Poor matches against Sting. His match against the Ambrose was pretty good, but again, poor matches against Kane. Even the matches Rollins had with Cena on Raw, outstanding. The SummerSlam one was good, apart for the dodgy finish. And I just feel anytime John Cena was on pay-per-view, it was a match, so a really good match. So because I don't watch other companies, I've just specifically on WWE, I would again go John Cena. Will NXT have a lasting impact on women's wrestling? Will it end up being good or bad, since they've taken the indie scene for females and basically destroyed it, and now their best prospects will end up misused in the main roster? I still think there's quite a few on the indie scene. I think there'll be definitely quite a few in the indie scene, so I don't think that'll ever change. You'll always have that deep talent pool on the indie roster. Because I don't know about everybody else, but I'd never heard of Sasha Banks, I'd never heard of Bayley before she got to WWE. I'd heard a little about Becky Lynch, but that was purely because of TW and stuff like that. There's still plenty of women's wrestlers out there, UK and definitely around the world. How will it change wrestling? All down to how WWE perceives it. If they don't book them like shit, they'll be fine. If they continue to book them as poorly as they've been booked, we're having a revolution. But just the whole way that angle played out was terrible. See, the biggest way they could make women's wrestling massive, in my opinion, is you get Stephanie McMahon, who emasculates every male on the roster. Have a woman get a comeuppance on her, and she's instantly over. That's how AJ Lee became so popular and so quick, because she was integrated in storylines, maybe not particularly with Stephanie McMahon, but over guys and in a power position as well. If you put another diva in that position, it gets her over, so then people take more interest in her matches, and then if somebody beats her, they have that added on effect of being interested in her. Because you had Trish Stratus get involved with storylines with Vince, etc., and Triple H, people cared about her. Lita was always in with the Hardy Boys, that's how she gained steam and popularity, and so on and so forth. I just feel like if somebody had to come in, I don't like Roman Reigns particularly, but if somebody had to come in alongside Roman Reigns and got their comeuppance over Stephanie, you have a woman over. As easy and simple as that. But thanks for the question. I always love talking about wrestling questions. I could speak all day, but that's generally the answers I've got for that. Next up, James G asks, what's my favourite ever FM regen ever? I'd actually done a video on this quite a while ago, so it's lurking there somewhere on the internet, but I had a guy called Brett Hoban. He was a youngster at Liverpool, and I was Man U, so I couldn't sign him direct because of the rivalry. So he went to Arsenal for 40 million. 4 years later, I think it was about 25, I went, I don't care. I've scouted this guy for 7 years. I've seen him play in this league forever. I'm signing him. Obviously, because I'm way into the game by now, I had so much money. So I just went 121 million. He's 121, 129. Let me sign him. Arsenal went, alright, on you go, because we were title rivals as well, but he was still willing to make the jump. Signed for us, and he was getting 60, 70 goals a season every year. He was spectacular. Great technicals, great mentals, absolutely unreal physicals. Actually, his poorest stat was probably finishing, ironically enough. But great player, and we created so many memories with that guy. This was just before I had started streaming. I think it was maybe the year before. So that's how the world never really knew who Brett Hogan was, which was a shame, but it is what it is. But he was definitely one of the better guys I've ever had. We Toxic says, when will we have the Mark O'Brien Road to Glory series? When's it going to start? Well, Toxic, very well, like myself, anything with Mark O'Brien in it isn't going to have glory. I think he's went to Luton now, and he has done absolutely nothing, which doesn't surprise me, and it says a lot when, end of the season last year, we dropped Mark O'Brien for the playoffs, and we absolutely cruised them and look a million times better at the back. It's a shame, but he does look like he's got the makings to be a player. He just lacks a bit of concentration, and that really hampers him. But it started, especially a couple of months into his spell, he started getting a bit better. But if I look at our defence now and our defence then, I would definitely take our defence now, and that includes the fact we're playing an 18-year-old. But it always led to good banter between us, so it was always good. Lloyd Alexander says, who's my favourite team to manage in FM? That's a tough one, because I've managed so many teams, especially in this year alone because of the 51 challenge. I wouldn't say Motherwell, because Motherwell can be frustrating, so I don't know if it's my favourite team to manage. I would say FC Vaduz from Switzerland, because they're not actually Swiss, they're in the Swiss setup, but they're actually a team from Liechtenstein, so basically you're always going to be in Europe because you should win the Liechtenstein Cup, so it doesn't matter what division you're in the Swiss league system, but you can't qualify for Europe through their system, so the only way you could win the Champions League would be if you won the Europa League and then won the Champions League back to back. So it's the first, I think it's one of the first FMs where it's been doable, but what a challenge it would be, and I really enjoyed it there. Had a lot of good memories there. I think I got relegated once, but I got them straight back up. Had a couple of good Euro runs, and it was as a club with literally no pressure on me. So no matter what I did, I was always going to enjoy it, and I had no real expectations. Switzerland's a good league to manage in. A big winter break, but overall it was a good one. But apart from that, I've had some great saves anywhere else. I say Motherwell was fun, Sheffield United was absolutely great to manage, but that's all Premier League clubs that get to the Premier League, so you've got the riches and money. This was a whole going for nowhere and trying to get some glory, but it was fun. I enjoyed that, I really did.